Hello guys. Welcome to the channel LIS. Today I'm going to explain a 1986 romantic and comedy movie named What Every French Woman Wants. Spoilers ahead. At the beginning of the movie, we see Roger, who is coming home from his school holidays, and Miss Lupita, the maid of that house, had come to take her. When Roger comes home and meets his mother, she notices some movement in his pants and she says, "Why are your pants wet?" He was very excited due to this. But then Roger's Aunt Margaret comes and says that this is normal at this age. Next, Roger meets his sister, whose name is Bertha. Roger and Bertha understand each other very well. One day, Bertha takes Roger for a walk outside. While they are roaming in the forest, they find Lupita, the maid of the house, in the forest and talks to them. After a while, Roger is walking alone in the forest. Suddenly, his foot slips and he falls. He hears a voice. When Roger looks in the bushes, his housemaid has been intimate with someone. She sees Roger and starts smiling at him. Roger runs away, seeing all this. Then at night, when Roger is in his room, he hears some noise outside. When he opens the door, he sees that the maid of the house is almost half out and from behind he is getting intimate with someone. Her name is Helen. After Helen gets intimate, she leaves from there, but Roger does not know who that man was. After this, Roger is sleeping when Bertha comes to him and they both talk. Bertha tells Roger that our Aunt Margaret is still a virgin. She says Helen had told me this, and she also says that she is afraid of men, so she is not even married yet. The next morning, Bertha takes Roger to the bank of the river, telling her that all the housemaids come here to bath. They hide. Then, after a while, the maid of the house comes to take a bath. Roger and Bertha kept secretly listening to each other. 3 men come there, who are also servants of their house. They start urinating in front of them. After some days, we see Roger's father coming from town with Roger's older sister, Elissa. All the members welcome him at home. Alyssa also hugs everyone, but she just says hello to Roger and goes inside the house. Roger feels very bad. After a while, he is approached by Bertha, who takes Roger to the church where he secretly listens to his aunt, who comes to the church to apologize for his sins. Margaret says that I have committed a great sin because I have been in love with Roger ever since he came home. She also says that in my dreams I get intimate with him. Roger is listening to all this. He is overjoyed to hear this. But suddenly he falls down from the roof of the church because Father and Margaret discovered Roger was listening to them. They took Roger to his mother and complained. His mother asks the father what punishment he should receive, and the father says he should be beaten on the back. Roger's mom likes this and she entrusts this work to Margaret. Margaret beats Roger a lot now. Roger was sleeping upside down on the bed. He hears the sound of the cup shaking when he goes out of his room and sees that Helen was stuck in the door and someone was getting intimate with her from behind. She leaves after this and Roger still didn't know who the guy was. After a while, her soul comes and she tells Roger that if you are feeling pain I can apply cream. But Roger denies this and asks her soul that who is the man who openly getting intimate with Helen. Our soul says that this is the secret of us, and after saying that she leaves from there. Then Roger thinks that maybe Mr. Frank will know. So he goes to his room where he sees Mr. Frank looking at something through binoculars with his hand in his pants. But when he sees Roger he leaves from there. After they leave, Roger begins to look through binoculars where a man and a lady are dancing without clothes on the grass outside. After a while, Roger finds a book that has a lot of adult stories. Roger hides that book and starts reading in a stable, but then a servant of the house comes there and sees him. Roger hides. Just then, Helen comes to feed the chickens. The servant sees her and walks over to her and makes her stuck in the window and goes out and gets intimate with Helen. Helen screams. So Roger goes to help her, but Helen refuses to take his help because she was enjoying it now too. In the next scene, Roger goes to Elisa's room. He replaces her book with his adult book and sneaks out to see if Elissa reads that book or not. After a while, Elissa comes to the room and opens that book, but she starts shying after seeing the dirty photo and hiding that book. She goes out and starts reading. Roger sees that all the people in the house were enjoying the ecstasy, and he was the only one who had not yet touched anything. So he goes to Arsenal in the kitchen, and without thinking he'd grab her back. Arsenal gets angry and hits a plate on Roger's head. But later she sees Roger and agrees. When they are about to get intimate, a maid of the house comes, and on seeing that, Roger runs away from there. Even from here, Roger gets nothing. Now he thinks of Miss Lupita. He goes to her to try. At first, Miss Lupita refuses him, but later she agrees. But then a postman comes there and informs them that a war has started. Here too Rogers remain lonely. All the people of that house are going to war. So they hold a party in the house, and here Mr. Frank says that he's not going to war. At night, All the men were having fun with their women because they had to go to war the next morning. But at the same time, Roger was looking at them in despair. Now in the morning, all the men go to war. As soon as they leave, Roger goes to the arsenal and gets intimate with him. The next morning, Bertha tells Roger that Mom is about to confess to the priest. So come see what sins they have committed. Dad tells the father that my husband plays with me in different positions and I do like it. But sometimes I also think that I am committing some sin. Hearing this, the priest says that you can do anything with your husband and there is no sin in it. In the next scene, we see Kate, a maid of the house, who is sitting on the bank of the river. Roger gets intimate with her too. Roger waits for his aunt at night. After a while, Margaret comes and Roger starts talking to her. He says, "You are still a virgin, so I have come to help you." Helen comes for tea. She starts leaving. Then Roger grabs her from behind and gets intimate with Helen. The next day, Roger goes to the stables where his sister Alyssa was cleaning the horses. One by one, all the girls go to Roger's room. Sometimes Roger used to call 3 girls inside at once. One day, Alicia tells Roger that she is pregnant. This makes Roger tense. The war was over, so all the men of the house had returned. Then Arsenal tells Roger that she is pregnant. Margaret also tells him that she is pregnant. Now Roger starts thinking about what to do because if her mom comes to know about this, she will kill him. Roger tells Alyssa to go to his fiancée's. After this, he applies color to Alyssa's bed so that his fiancée thinks that she is a virgin. Now, Roger goes to Margaret and tells her to get intimate with Mr. Frank so that he thinks that this is his child. After this, the 3 women get married while going to the hostel. Helen says that she is also pregnant. So Roger says that I have to find a man for you too. Then Helen says that I will intimate with every man in the house and whoever I like I will put this blame on him. And with this movie ends. I hope you liked the video. This channel is about stories and an explanation of rare and unique movies like science fiction, fantasy, funny suspense, romantic disasters, etc. Here we share explanation videos of Hollywood's latest and old movies. We try our best to narrate the story along with all the interesting clips from the movie in such a way that you can easily understand the story. The channel LIS is intended to help you better understand the movie and save your time from the lengthy or even boring ones. So we hope for your love and support. For more Hollywood movie explanations in English, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss any videos.